Hi Stampers, it's Christy with Stampin' Texas. Well, today's video is inspired by my friend Denise. She had called earlier in the week and was asking some questions about how to use the border scoring plate. Now, the border scoring plate creates designs like this on your cardstock, and I really love the different images and things that you can score on your paper. But what I thought I'd do is give you some helpful tips and tricks and ideas to try so you can get these scored images looking like that as well. Alright, the scoring plate is in the spring catalog found on page 26. This is what it looks like here, and I'll bring that into view and we'll get started working with it. Let me set these things aside. We're going to finish out using the score plate to finish out this little edge I was working on. So here is the scoring plate. There's a plate and a template that it comes with like this. Now you'll notice on the back of it, you'll have an arrow that shows you that that is for the top. Now you can flip it around, but you just have to make sure to put your template on top correctly as well. So you want to make sure of which way you're lining everything up. Now this is the particular shape I was working on. And here's my Melon Mambo cardstock. Now this is the raised part, and this is the part we're going to use the stylus on. So I'm going to lay my cardstock back like that. You put the template on top. So I've got it matched up. Now using the stylus on cardstock, you're going to want to use the small end. The large end is for use on like designer paper, on thinner paper, because if you use the small end and press too hard, you'll cut right through thinner paper. But for cardstock, this works just fine. Alright, so let me show you what we're going to do. Most of the times people want to just try to do like this all in one motion. Well, that's not going to really work well with this borders plate. You're actually going to want to do kind of a back and forth, and you do have to give it a little press, but it's almost like you're just back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. It's not one fluid motion, so I'm pressing pretty good here. Now, let me get down close to make sure I've got it through. Yep, and now for each of the little circles, I'm just going to go in there like that. And you can almost hear the paper. I know you can't maybe on your end of things, but you can hear the crunch of the paper as you're going in there. So there we go. That turned out pretty good. How cute would that be along a card? Isn't that adorable? But that's really what it's going to take. So I'm going to lay this back down. I'm going to show you using one more. I'm trying to think of which, I don't want to overlay what I've already done. But let's try this little wave here. And again, it's a back and forth, back and forth. And just don't get too hurried with it, because then your stylus will run off the edge. There we go. Alright. And there you have it. Isn't that cute? I mean, what a neat way to add just a little something to your cardstock. Now, you can turn this plate around any direction you'd like. So if you were going to do like the edge of a card with this design, you can turn it around. Just make sure your template matches first and then put your cardstock there. If your cardstock is somewhere like, if I'm trying to get to the middle and your cardstock doesn't fit exactly and you have to hold it in place, you're just going to have to make sure, you can either tape it down on the corners or line it up like on an edge like that. And just make sure you just hold it real well from above so when you're going through there, it'll work for you. So, I hope that helps you with some ideas and some tips for using the border scoring plate. For more information, or if you have any other questions, be sure to leave them in the comment box and I'll be happy to answer. So thanks again for watching, and happy stamping!